Hey guys, so I figured, you know what, we're stuck inside. I might as well do a little home project. So I've been wanting to make over this fireplace since we moved in. And I've been sitting on the supplies for it for longer than necessary. And I figured today I'm gonna just bite the bullet. It's gonna put the fear aside of messing up, and I'm just gonna do it and see how it works out. I figured if it doesn't work out, I can always repaint it. So my goal is to paint all of the black that's on the outside, not what's in the inside, but just the outside and the bottom here. And then I'm gonna stencil it. So first I'm gonna be priming it with some primer, and then I will paint it. I'm gonna paint the black all around the outside. This is called Gray Clouds by Sherwin-Williams. And then after that dries, I will stencil this stencil with Alabaster by Sherwin-Williams. So it's gonna be a gray and white sort of soft pattern all along here and on the floor. So wish me luck. Okay, so I've taped it all off. I've also already cleaned it. I wiped everything down to make sure there was no dust or any dirt particles on it that would get caught up in the paint. So it's been cleaned, it's been taped off. Now I'm gonna prime it. Okay, so I've primed the fireplace using my primer. According to the can, it needs 4 hours to cure. So I'm not gonna be able to do any more work on it for the next little while. I might not get back to it until tomorrow, we shall see. But for the time being, this part is done, and now I just gotta make sure I keep my dog off of it. So last night I put 2 coats of my Gray Clouds by Sherwin-Williams around the fireplace. And this morning I'm going to start applying the stencil using Alabaster by Sherwin-Williams and my stencil. I'm not exactly sure how this is gonna go, how this is gonna turn out. It's really just gonna be trial and error. So I'm gonna need a lot of glue for this one.
So typically when I stencil, I start at one corner and then work my way across. But because I knew that I needed to go down the sides of the fireplace, I wanted it to look symmetrical. Therefore, I started on one corner and then moved to the next corner, and I went down the fireplace from those 2 points. And then across the top of the fireplace, I just would alternate sides until I met in the middle. Having completed the top of the fireplace, now I'm going to work down the sides. But you'll notice at the very top in the middle, there is a small gap. That's where my 2 stencils met, and there wasn't enough space to complete another stencil. So I'm going to have to come up with a solution, but I have something in mind, so stay tuned. So when stenciling, you often lay your stencil on top of a part that's already been completed so that your stencil will continue to line up and match up. So while I wait for the 2 sides to dry, I'm going to go ahead and start on the floor as well. You'll notice that I alternate between floor and the sides of the fireplace because as one side is drying, I'll start on another section. This is a long, tedious process, and I'm not gonna lie, my back is absolutely breaking, but I've already gotten this far and I have to finish it. This is the part of the project that I really wanted to just stop and just pull the plug on the whole thing. But perseverance is key. I promise it will pay off. That's at least what I kept telling myself. And I was right. Okay, the stencil is done and I'm really happy with it. It's far from perfect. There's some mistakes, but I'm embracing the imperfections because I know that anytime you do a stencil project, it's never going to be perfect. But I do love the way it turned out. And I found a perfect solution from the gap that I had here in the middle. As you know, I went corner to corner and just sort of went back and forth until the two met in the middle, and there was this space in between, and I just took an old stencil from a project that I had in the past of one of my dressers, and I put the little medallion here in the middle, and I think that filled that gap in perfectly, and it looks intentional, and I think it even kind of flows nicely with the fleur-de-lis that's inside the fireplace. So overall, I'm super happy with it. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and then you can turn on notifications by clicking the little bell. I'll see you next time.